Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Tuesday, December 22nd, 2015, and here are some of today's trends in the news. Well, it's Tuesday and not Wednesday, but you got your trend alert because it's the holiday season, so we sent it out a little bit earlier. And it's a holiday trend alert. Presidential debates. Merry Christmas. No peace on earth. Yep. You only read it here because everybody else is afraid to say it. Very insightful, make you think a little bit, and possibly do something about it. On to the other news. Over in market land, everything is relatively flat. Over there in Asia, over there in Europe, and here in the United States, on the good news that, remember what boosts the market? Home sales, right? It's a big one. Existing home sales down 10.5% in November. Now that's a reason for the market to go up over 160 points. U.S. homes resales posted their sharpest drop in 5 years, a potential warning sign for the health of the U.S. economy. Why, those negative people? The economy's fine. The fundamentals of the economy are sound. George W. Bush used to say that as the economy was going down, the prostitutes used to let him get away with it. The National Association of Realtors said on Tuesday, existing home sales plunged 10.5% to an annual rate of 4.76 million units. Blah, 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 blah. Sales dropped across the country, down 13%, almost 14% in the West, 6.2% in the South, 15.4% in the Midwest, and 9.2% over here in the Northeast. Oh, by the way, here in the Northeast, with Christmas just coming around the corner, 3 days away, Thursday, it's going to be 72 degrees. And we're in the Catskill mountain range over here. Well, I don't want to say anything about global warming. Never get involved in that kind of thing. It's El Nino, or El Pinto, or El Santa Maria. One of them, I don't know. But I've never seen anything like this in my life. And the reason existing home sales are down, because existing jobs stink. The new jobs that they create are in retail, home health care, low-paying wages that bring in about $20K a year, can't live on it. So, that's what we got. But the good news is them record low interest rates and cheap money, it did it. Bravo! Year winding down. Merger and acquisition breaks records. $4.6 trillion total trumps 2007 peak. You got it. 4.6 trillion compared with 4.3 trillion 8 years ago. Oh, 2007. Yeah, just before the panic of 08. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. It's called a Ponzi scheme. Azerbaijan currency hit by end of dollar peg. They abandoned their dollar peg and allowed the currency to drop by almost a third. In the latest sign of how the oil price fall is hurting energy-dependent economies. That's right. It was quoted by the central bank at 1.55 to the U.S. dollar yesterday morning, 32.3% weaker than on Friday night, and half the value in January, putting it on track to be the world's worst performing currency this year. It's the manat. Yeah. Again, I'm only reading this and showing you this because it's not only oil, it's all those commodity prices going way down in these countries that are so dependent on it. So, for example, they rely over there in Azerbaijan on oil and gas for 95% of its exports and 40% of its GDP. Ghana, Congo, Venezuela, Colombia, Chile, Brazil, one after the other. Global recession 2016. But not according to what you're going to see over there in the media. No. USA Today came out with their top stories in the top 50 states for the last year. Oh, great. That's just what I want to know. Oh, the top story from 2015 from the Associated Press. ISIS. All of this is not going to help you prepare for the future. The future is off limits with the mainstream media. Don't have the intelligence to look ahead, the forward vision to think ahead, or the courage to say what's coming ahead. Don't look at the trends and don't look at the consequences. We as the prostitutes, we're only going to look back. Only you get history before it happens. And you start looking at the trends that we sent out a few weeks ago, the top trends of 2016. You're the only one that gets them. Google it up, look it up. No one, anywhere, any place, from here to Azerbaijan and back, is putting out the top trends like we are, or trend alerts, trends monthlies, and trends in the news. So remember, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Send someone a TrendsJournal. Sign them up. The more subscribers we get, the more we can do. On to some other news. Hey, nice day over there a couple of days ago. U.S. jet flyover sparks China's ire. U.S. B-52 flies within 2 miles of islands. Pentagon says it's unintentional. You should have blown them out of the sky. Hey, they said it was okay with Turkey. Yeah. Hey, what's good for Turkey is not good for China. Hey, come on, huh? What hypocrisy. What hypocrisy. Could you imagine if a Chinese aircraft came within 2 miles of the American facility or coast, or what we claim to be ours, when you have a 12-mile zone around it? Shoo! Well, they decided that they were testing us and we had to show them who's boss. You think they're provoking them a little bit? Oop. Hey, how about that top trend? Last war on its way. Look and read your trend alert. That's right. Presidential debates. Merry Christmas. No peace on earth because you have pieces of crap that are running the country. One thing I agree with Donald Trump. He said that the politicians and the people running America are incompetent and stupid. Amen. And psychopaths. Add that one, Donald, and maybe you could join in that one too. Yemen peace talks end with no end to conflict. Keep murdering those people. Nobody cares. Back page news. They're only Yemenis. That's right. And America's part of it. Anybody that supports the Republicans and the Democrats are accomplices to murder. Think about it. If you agree with them, you agree to the murder and thievery that they're committing. 1 million migrants arrive in Europe in 2015, according to the United Nations. Read your top trend, number 3. Human waves. Hey, these aren't migrants. They're refugees from the murder committed by the Republicans and the Democrats in the destruction of Libya, in Afghanistan, in Yemen, in Iraq, in Syria. Wonder how it happens. I say we bomb them. Yeah, I'm going to bomb them more than you're going to bomb them. Bombs away. Hey, read your trend alert. Women are warmongers. Men are militaristic in the presidential reality show. Obama accuses Trump of taking advantage of working class men's fears. Obama is a traitor to this country like none I've ever seen before. The liar in chief. Bush destroyed this country. He robbed us of our rights and murdered people around the world. Obama's a fraud. He vowed to do everything Bush didn't do and did the same, and with an arrogant attitude behind it. But let's see what he has to say here. He said about Trump was exploiting the resentment and anxieties of working class men to boost his campaign. Demographic changes and economic stress, including, quote, flattening wages, end quote, and incomes have meant that, quote, particularly blue-collar men have had a lot of trouble in this new economy, where they are no longer getting the same bargain they got when they were going to a factory and able to support their families on a single paycheck. You combine those things and it means that there is going to be potential anger, frustration, fear. Some of it justified, but just misdirected. You arrogant little liar. You're the guy that campaigned in that Rust Belt. Obama, factory jobs, you fraud. How about the Trans-Pacific Partnership? Obama. Hey, how about that deal you did with Korea? Obama, that we already lost 75,000 jobs with. Obama. Yeah, you remember you were going to revisit NAFTA because it was unfair? Obama, you're stealing jobs from us. Obama, factory jobs. And the rest of the Republicans and the Democrats, particularly the Hitlery clan, the Clintons. You remember NAFTA? Oh, you forgot that one, didn't you? Of course you forgot it because you said you were going to revisit it, and it was just a lie. We wrote about it in the Trends Journal, how you just threw it out there on your campaign trail and then contacted the Canadians and said it was only blah, 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 blah. Yeah, here we go. In 1990, there were 938,000 American manufacturers in apparel. But the jobs started to be outsourced after NAFTA. This is according to Manufacturing and Technology News. Then, more precipitously, after China joined the World Trade Organization in 2001, 2 weeks after 9/11 when nobody saw it, followed by the phase-out of the multi-fiber arrangement in 2004, which all the Democrats, well, most of them supported. The United States now depends on foreigners to produce 97.5% of its clothing. We lost 90% of the jobs making clothes, plus all the other lost jobs. And then, of course, there was that encounter, and some of you people wrote about it, regarding Stephanopoulos, the prostitute that used to be a Clinton mouthpiece when he worked for Billy in his first term. A prostitute then and a prostitute now. A media whore then and a media whore now. He gets in this discussion with Trump, and he goes on to say, when you were pressed about Putin's killing of journalists, you said, I think our country does plenty of killing too. What were you thinking about there? What killing sanctioned by the United States government is like killing journalists? Trump said there's no proof about killing journalists. Stephanopoulos said there are allegations. He said, well, there are allegations. There's no proof. And then this guy goes back and says, here's what Mitt Romney said about that, about killing journalists. Our president kills... Imagine quoting Mitt Romney. Here's what Mitt Romney tweeted about that. This is Stephanopoulos. He said there's an important distinction here. Thug Putin kills journalists and opponents. Our president kills terrorists and enemy combatants. Why didn't you repeat what Mickey Mouse said? Our president kills terrorists? How about drone strikes? Could you add that one up, Stephanopoulos? Huh? How about the slaughter in Libya? 30,000 dead. Hey, how about that troop surge in Afghanistan? How about the murder of over 1 million people in Iraq? Can't count that high, Stephanopoulos? How about Syria? How about the murders that go on every day? Hey, here's one for you. U.S. airstrike kills at least 10 Iraqi troops. Oh, it was friendly fire. The murderer record of the United States is unmatched in the 21st century. Nobody comes close to it. And this little clown shoots his mouth off, one little lie after another. What killing has the United States government done? Could you imagine that? Oh, at least 12 civilians killed in U.S. coalition airstrikes on Mosul. Oh, that was just yesterday. And they're only Iraqis. They don't count. 12 more to 1 million? It's disgusting. There is no media anymore. They're afraid of the future, and they lie about the past. The future is in your hands. I will say it again and again and again. And anyone that wants to take it away from you, hey, it's your choice. But knowing who you are, subscribers to the Trends Journal, that's not going to happen. We create the future, you create the future. So we're taking off now for the next couple of days. It's Christmas time. Time to celebrate the holidays, whatever religion you celebrate, whatever you want to do, knock yourself out. Just have a joyous time, and let's all work toward bringing peace on earth, goodwill towards men. Merry Christmas, Bon Natale, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.